Hi, I'm Joan Collins. Don't go anywhere. Profiles is coming right up.
Welcome to Profiles. I'm Tiffany Walker. This week's guest is legendary actress and author Joan Collins. A true diva, she has appeared in over 55 films along with 25 television shows and countless plays on Broadway. She has also published 10 books and is currently celebrating the release of her latest novel, Misfortune's Daughters. After a short break, we will join our host Mickey Burns as he welcomes the beautiful Joan Collins to Profiles. Welcome back to Profiles. Joan Collins vaulted to international superstardom in the early 80s when she won the role as Alexis on the hit TV series Dynasty. Shortly afterward, at 50 years old, Joan posed for Playboy. Today, that pictorial remains one of the biggest selling editions in the magazine's history. So let's join our host Mickey Burns on location at Ashford & Simpson Sugar Bar in the heart of New York City as he welcomes the ageless Joan Collins to Profiles.
Joan Collins, welcome to our show, Profiles.
Mickey Blue Eyes, thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
I got your nickname, you see,
You
they
got
told
it.
me.
I appreciate it. Coming from you, I'm flattered.
Are they blue?
They're still
Oh,
blue.
They are blue, yeah.
They're still blue.
They don't fade. Eyes stay the same color.
Thank you very much. But you're currently celebrating the release of your latest book, Misfortune's Daughters. It's a novel, and it tells the story of two rich girls who have much in terms of money, but much less in terms of love. Did you enjoy writing this book?
Oh, I loved writing that book because I loved writing about the dysfunctionality of a very, very mega-rich family, about two girls who are given everything that they could possibly have. They live on a private island. Their father is extremely rich, indulges them in everything, but it doesn't give either of them any love. The book is about their search for identity and to find themselves in both physically and emotionally and mentally and in every as people, and to escape from the bonds of the very controlling and sadistic father.
The Laura Marlowe, the
yeah.
mom, she was a famous American movie star, famous American, married a billionaire Greek shipping tycoon to protect her from the media and society in general. And I couldn't help to think, I said, oh, that kind of mirrors Jackie O a little bit.
No, Jackie O is absolutely not in the book at all. She's much more a mixture of Grace Kelly, who was a huge star, and Sandra Dee, who was America's sweetheart in the 60s.
Right.
And Grace Kelly had this incredible wedding, and Laura Marlowe has this incredible wedding in the private island of Scorpius. And at the age of 25 or 26, she thinks she's getting away from the sludge and dreariness of being an actress. She's been an actress, a famous actress since she was 16. So she thinks she's going to be rescued and live happily ever after with this wonderful, handsome Greek playboy, and in fact it turns out to be just the opposite, and that's the beginning of the book. Those are the parents of
and
my
then
two daughters.
The two daughters,
yes,
both successful, both struggled to reach success, created quite a rivalry, this struggle. And was there any similarity or any relationship between creating those characters and you and your sister Jackie?
I think that anytime there's a brother and sister, or sister and sister, or brother and brother, people always must presume it. But I mean, you have the Bridges brothers, Jeff and Beau, you have the Richardson girls, Jolie and Natasha, you have Warren Beatty and Shirley MacLaine. I mean, the list is endless of siblings who are in the same business and do the same thing. So
no relationship.
It runs in the family. It's like, you know, if you're a plumber, usually your son is a plumber and your brother's a plumber, and if you're a shopkeeper, ditto.
This is your 10th book?
It's my 12th.
Oh.
Or maybe it's my 11th. I think it's my 12th. It's my 5th novel, and I wrote.
You had like 6 best-selling
yes,
lifestyle
I've
books
been
as
very,
well.
Yes, yes. But I've written a lot since 1990, around that. Yeah.
Now, besides the release of Misfortune's Daughter, I just read the other day that you'll be starring on Broadway with Linda Evans in Legends in the near future?
Well, I hope that's going to happen. It's a very, very long way away, Mickey. We're right in negotiations now, you know, and if it happens, it won't happen until the end of next year. Okay. And then we'll go on a tour. So, but we hope.
Now, just for our viewers who say, what is Legends, that was a hugely hyped production 20 years ago that starred Carol Channing and Mary Martin. However, because of infighting between the writers and the producers, it never came to Broadway.
You never know, you can never, with show business, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, the show business is the dodgiest business in the world. There's no such thing as a certainty. If there was, every movie would be a success, every play would be full houses only, nobody knows.
Now, you've appeared in 55 movies.
Yes.
Many, many television shows.
God, that's a lot.
And countless plays on Broadway.
Yes.
Films such as The Land of the Pharaohs. I happen to like that movie. Road to Hong Kong.
Yes.
And many, many more. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention, also, because I know there's a lot of Star Trek fans out there, that you also starred in the first season as Captain Kirk's love interest, playing Edith Keeler.
Yes,
Okay.
because I remember talking to my children who were very young then and saying, I've just been offered this thing called Star Trek. And Katara, who was, I think, 3 or 4, John was, oh, Mommy, you must do it, you must do it. It's so I said, is it really worth doing? And I said, oh, I'll do this for the children. They'll love it. And it was so popular, I think, because it was a very good story. It was written by somebody like Dalton Trumbo, somebody really famous. And I was the first and only woman that Captain Kirk ever fell in love with.
I read that. And then you got killed. You got run over by a truck or something like that?
Had to.
But
I was going to change the world. The world would be overrun by Hitler if I hadn't been killed.
Right.
It was, set in the 1920s or 30s or something.
And the reason I mentioned that was that episode remains on the favorite top 10 all-time Star Trek episodes.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
I just thought that was phenomenal.
It really is. It's fantastic.
Now, I also tried to put my finger on the key to your success. I said, we should have been successful in so many areas of show business. And I came across some quotes where you said, and I think I put my finger on it, you said, the price one pays for success is living with the inevitability of failure. And you went on to say, the person who has never made a mistake is the person who has never accomplished much.
Oh, absolutely. I think you've got to get on the high diving board and just jump in. And if you find you're doing a belly flop, then get up there and do it again. Of course there's going to be failure. I've had plenty of failure in my life. After Dynasty, I did a play, toured with a play. It was extremely successful, Private Lives in London and then in America. And then later on I did a couple of movies and they didn't do well at all. And then I did another series called Pacific Palisades, which was a big failure. I mean, I'm not taking this personally, but I've had failure. And hopefully, it's like it's sort of cyclical. It goes up and it goes down, and I think it's good to keep out of the public eye as well. I don't want the public to get sick of me and say, "Oh my God, there she is again."
They used to say that was the key to Elvis's success.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they always leave him wanting more and don't be overexposed.
Yes. I think there are quite a few people today in the media that are terribly overexposed, and I think soon the public is going to say,
enough already.
Enough! I don't want to see another magazine with this person on it.
Stay right where you are. We'll be back with much more Profiles with Joan Collins after these important messages. Welcome back to Profiles. I'm Tiffany Walker. Over the course of her illustrious career, Joan Collins has been equally popular on screen as well as in the tabloids. 5 times married, her current husband, nearly 35 years her junior, only adds to her legend. Now back to Mickey Burns with the glamorous Joan Collins.
Yeah, now you mentioned Dynasty, and of course in your career, that was the role that elevated you to international stardom when you won the role of Alexis in that hit TV series. You said Dynasty sent me soaring, and it totally altered my life. But you were a big movie star really before that.
I had been a big movie star in my teens and early 20s, and then I gave it up and decided to go off and get married, and decided that the first priority that I had was my 2 children. My 2 children were both under 2, and look after them. And then I sort of came back and did millions of television shows, and then I did a few more movies. I mean, I was always quite well known, but I felt that my fame in America had totally disintegrated by the time I got Dynasty. And in fact, they didn't want me at all. They wanted Jessica Walters to play Alexis.
I also read Sophia Loren and Raquel Welch.
Yes.
They were 2 other names that popped up.
I know they wanted Elizabeth Taylor and Sophia. So when I won the Golden Globe, it was Aaron Spelling who really pushed for me.